300,000 in 2000, and we have 345,000 in 2010. They want us to find the percent increase in the city's population from 2000 to 2010. Okay, perfect. So first of all, what is the difference? The difference is 345,000 minus 300,000. So the sorry, it's population, not money. Good. So in order to determine the percent increase, we have to divide the increase by the original increase over the original. Well, the increase is 45,000 people. The original is 300,000. And that will give us a decimal number, and then we will change this into percent. The easiest thing to do, first of all, is cross out 1,000 from the top, which means 3 zeros, and 1,000 from the denominator, and then divide. Yes, you can simplify, and so on and so forth. I will divide 45 by 300. I will get a decimal number, first of all. I already know how to change this into a decimal number, from a decimal number to a percent. In which direction do I move the decimal point? Left or right? Yes, it's 15%. So the difference was 45,000 divided by the original amount, which is 300,000. So the increase is 15% of the population. Meaning 300,000 multiplied by 15% of the original is 345,000 people. Any questions, please? Any questions, please? Okay, let's continue. I'm just opening my notebook with all your names, and I write down who's answering, I write down who I can see, I write down who I cannot see, and so on and so forth. Good. Moving on. Complete the table by filling in the missing numbers. Original price, new price. Change, increase or decrease. Original price, new price, change, la la la. Yes, no, would you like to choose?
$20 change, the price decreased, and then you would just fill in your blanks.
Yes.
So I think we can.
Yes. So the change over the original. So the change here is 30 minus 50, so that will be minus $2, $20, sorry. And then you have $20 divided by the original, and the decrease will be that amount. In percent, first of all, in decimal number, and then percent. So do we need to fill this out? Is it a yes, or we move on? Okay, hearing none. Remember, when I have when I share my screen, I don't see you, so I don't know if you give a thumbs up or whatever. The amount in a savings account increased from 150 to 159. What was the percent increase? The same thing. The change is $9 divided by the original. So it will be 9 divided by 150. So 9 divided by 150. First, we get a decimal number. So the increase is a 6% increase. The percent of the increase is 6%. At the end of the summer, gas grills that usually cost $500 were on sale for $350. Find the percent decrease of the price of a gas grill. Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Again, original, new price. So there is an increase. In order to find the percent increase, we divide the difference, 640 minus 480, the difference by the original. Okay? Change over the original. And the change can be positive or negative. So therefore, the result will be an increase or a decrease. Okay, I think we got this idea. Good. Moving on to the next topic. In her hometown, Samantha buys 6 copies of a celebrity's cookbook for $16.95 each. 6 copies, $16.95. The sales tax in her state is 2%. In this state, how much sales tax will be charged? What is the total price? So she is buying a product for $16.95, and that's the total that she should be charged for, but there is a sales tax. So when she goes to the cashiers, the cashiers will add 2% of the original price. 2% does not exist. It's 2% of 16.95. Please understand, 2% doesn't mean anything. And the of concept is what operation?
Multiplication.
Indeed. And we cannot use decimals. You have to change this into 0.02. So the first question is asking us, how much will be the sales tax? And the second question is, what is the total? In order to determine the sales tax, we have to multiply 0.02 by 16.95. And then to this, we are adding the... Wait, sorry. So this amount, whatever we get, we have to add it to the original price in order to get the total. Okay? So we're going to add this plus $16.95. First, we're going to determine 0.02 multiplied by 16.95. This is the amount that will be added, the value added, 0.339. So that would be 0.339. To this, we have to add, so that's the sales tax. So the total will be, we're adding to this $16.95. And she will end up paying $17, and we always use 2 decimal digits. That will be 29. So the total, I'm just curious to see purchase. So I guess they don't want the calculation, they just want us to choose. Good. So any questions on this problem? So the items cost a total of $16.95, but we have to add the sales tax. So we add 2% of the original amount, the original price. And that is what we get in the sales tax, which is this product is 0.339. We have to add this amount to the original price, and that's what we end up paying. Yeah, I agree. That's not possible anymore. Good. Moving on, I think that we got the idea with this problem. Yes, the sales tax on the purchase of a pair of winter boots priced at $40 was $220. What is the sales tax rate? Okay, let's work on this problem. So the price was $40. The sales tax was $220. And the question is, what is the percentage? Okay? So, in other words, the question is, 220 is what percent of 40? Because 40 was multiplied by the tax rate to get 220. So in other words, I have 220 equals x times 40. How do I find x?
Divide
Yes, both sides by?
40.
Yes, 2.2 divided by 40. Yes, I can simplify, I can do whatever. I can also put it in directly in the graphing calculator because I need 2.2 divided by 40. So it's 5.5%. So x equals 5.5%. So first x is 0.055. Again, I cannot stress enough. This is an equation. I know I sound like a broken record. Please understand this. This is an equation. It has one left-hand side, one equal symbol, one right-hand side. The next one. Equal symbol, one left, one right. The next one. Equal symbol, one left, one right. The next one. Equal symbol, one left, one right. The next one, one equal symbol, one left, one right. Do not go to the sides. Do not go to the sides and simplify left and right. It's not allowed. Here's the reason why. If you do that, you will eventually lose track of which one is the left-hand side and which one is the right-hand side. So notice that I put here comma, and I wrote to the side, but you should write one under the other. The side is okay, but not equal symbol to the side. Please understand that. Good, moving on. We got this. I just want to get to practice because in practice there are more interesting problems. Nathan's commission rate is 8.5%. Again, 8.5% means nothing. Of whatever. Maybe of the sales, maybe of who knows. We need to know what it is of. He receives a commission of $3,145 from the sale of winter ski passes. So the total is $3,145. How many dollars worth of ski passes did he sell? So he is selling ski passes, and he has an 8.5% of the amount of the sales, the total amount of total sold. This is a different total. This is what he gets. He gets a total of this. This is a different total. But we know that this is 3,145. This amount is obtained by 0.085 of the sales of this total amount sold in ski passes. So he's paid from what he sells 8.5% of it. So 0.085 multiplied by the total amount. And he ended up getting at the end of the month this amount in his pocket. Maybe minus taxes and other things, but that's the calculation. How do I get the amount in US dollars that he sold in ski passes?
Divide by 0.085.
Exactly, 3,145 over 0.085. Good. And that's what he sold. And that's what the commission was determined on. So 3,145 divided by 0.085. This has to be a much bigger amount than this because we are dividing by a number smaller than 1. So he did quite well for himself in this month. He sold 30 ski passes in the value of $37,000. When you multiply that amount by 0.085, you will get what he got in commission. Good. Good. So Linda sold the house for $390,400. So that was the sale of the week. Her commission is 4% of the selling price, because 4% doesn't mean anything, of 0.04, and this is what she gets. She sold the house for $390,400, and she got 4% commission on this amount. Let's see how much she made in commission this week. So 390, 400 multiplied by 4%, 0.04. So she made $15,616 this week. Good. I think we got the idea. Okay. Good. So let's talk about this discount. So this shop put on sale women's swimsuits for 39% off. So 39% does not mean anything. It's 39% of the original price. So 39% of, so original price was $68. Find the discount amount and the sale price. So 39% of 68 is 0.39 times 68, or 68 times 0.39, it doesn't matter. And this is the discount. So the actual price will be 68 minus what we get here as a discount. And the discount is 39% of the original price. So with the calculator, where is my button here? Okay. So we have 0.39, or 68 times 0.39. And that's 26.52. And this is the discount. And we have 68 to subtract the discount from. That's not what I meant. I meant 68 minus the answer. So we end up paying now $41.48 after the discount. Any questions on something like this? Okay, good. This is clear, I hope. Good. Moving on. Discount rate times original price. That's what we did. That's the formula. Yes. Look at that. Matthew invested $900 at 3.1 simple interest for 4 years. Find the simple interest he earned. So let's talk about this. So the interest is calculated as the principal times the rate times the time. interest, total, principal, time in years, and this is the annual interest rate. So the total interest on the principal that we deposit at a certain annual interest rate and a certain number of years. So coming back to the problem, where is my button here? Good. He invested $900, so then the principal is $900. Simple interest for 4 years. Okay, so this is 3.1% is the annual interest rate. So R equals 0.031. And time T, 4 years. We have all the information we need. We have the principal, $900. We have the annual interest rate, which is given to us, and you have to change it into a decimal number. And the time is given to us as 4 years. So with this formula, all we have to do is punch in everything. So we have 900 multiplied by 0.031 and multiply by 4. And this is the total interest. Simple interest. Compounded once a year. Okay, so then we have 900 multiplied by 0.031 and multiply by 4. And the total interest is $111.60. Good. Last learning objective here, business. Okay, so let's see. And then we can move on to problems. A consumer purchased a computer after a 17% price reduction. If X represents the computer's original price, the reduced price can be represented by. So we have 17%. Again, it does not mean anything. Of original price. If X represents the computer's original price, the reduced price can be represented by. Good. So from the original price, we reduce it by 0.17 of the original price. So how much we pay now when we go to the cashiers is from the original price that is discounted by 17% of the original price. And the answer is very simple to think in terms of $1 minus 17 cents. And then we get 0.83 times X. And this is how we represent, and this is how we calculate. From $1, I subtracted 17 cents to get 83 cents. Of course, times X, because these are two terms. I like terms. They both have X. All I have to do is copy X at the end. From one integer, I subtract 0.17 to get 0.83. Any questions? Any questions on this? For some reason, this gives some issues to some. Sales tax, amount price, the sales tax. Okay, these are all the ideas, the same ideas. When investment is made at 4% interest for 1 year, it grows to this. How much the original? Excellent. So let's work on this problem. An investment is made at 4% interest for 1 year. So which page am I on?